Welcome to another episode of Gaming Grounds. I am your boy Action Jack, and I am coming to you with another video. Today's video is about great deal pickups on the eShop for the Nintendo Switch. Right now, the Switch is running a sale from the 20th of this month to the 27th on certain indie games. But this one's not going to be focused solely on indie games. It's going to be focused on games that I've played, that I've enjoyed, that I own, that I think you should be picking up, that are on sale. First, we're going to start off with NBA 2K19. I am a big basketball junkie, as you can see. Boston Celtics hats, Kyrie Irving, Eastern Conference Finals. That's how I feel. But anyway, NBA 2K19. Now, I have my issues and I have my quarrels with NBA 2K, but by far, if you want a basketball game for the Nintendo Switch, NBA 2K19 is the way to go. Originally, as you all know, it was a $59.99, $60 game, but right now you can go to the eShop and get it for $19.79. $19.79. Now, this is not the LeBron version, to where you'll get a certain number of VC and things of that nature with equipment for LeBron. This is the one with Giannis Antetokounmpo on the front of the cover. Nonetheless, you don't really need the LeBron version, but if you did want to get the LeBron version, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that one's probably like $10 to almost $20, a little bit more, but it beats paying the original $100 that you had to pay at the beginning of when the game released. Okay, so going on to my next game. This is by far the one and only shooter that I will ever pick up. If I'm picking up a shooter, Call of Duty, Battlefield, everything like that, I can't get into them. I just really can't. But when it came down to a third person view type shooter, Splatoon 2, that was my go-to game. Still is my go-to game. I love Splatoon 2. Still haven't gotten to the X rank, but I feel like you got to put a lot of time and definitely have the right teammates to get to the X rank on the squad battles. But then when I'm flying solo, I could try to do it that way. So I think I might pop it in after this video and give it another run. But as you may have noticed, and if you haven't, if you go to the eShop and you're still a little finicky about Splatoon 2, and you're not quite sure about it, not only do they have a demo live right now that you can go and download, they have also dropped the price. Now, originally Splatoon 2 is $59.99, but they have brought it down to $47.99. Also, there is a bundle that you can purchase the game as well as 12 months for the subscription service of Nintendo Switch Online. You can't beat it, plus it's something that you need. Now, I know people have their quarrels about voice chat and all this other stuff, but when it comes down to Splatoon 2, you don't need voice chat. You don't really need to communicate. All you have to do is paint the ground, keep moving, and work along with your teammates. If you pay attention, you'll have no issues. Your team will win, and you'll be a top dog on your team, or not, but as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. My next game is going to be Guacamelee 2. Now, I was trying to find the price of it on the eShop to where, you know, it shows just the game itself, but I was having a little bit of an issue to actually find it, so I just put the bundle in this whole situation. And with all these games, you can find them down in the description, to where if you want to see the video or gameplay of these games being played, if you're not too sure what they're about, if you're not too sure if you really want to pick them up and they don't have demos, you can just check out the videos that I have listed in the description to shoot you to some great content to where you can check out these games and see if you want them or not. But with Guacamelee 2, they have a bundle that's priced at $22.49. Now, the regular game by itself is $20. Now, I know I started off with this video saying that these games were going to be cheaper, and I'm pretty sure you're saying, Jack, how in the world is $24.99 cheaper than $19.99? Hear me out. With the $24.99 bundle, you're also getting the 2 DLC packs that came along with the game when it was released. So, if you get the original game for $19.99, then pay for $3.99 on one of the DLCs, and then $2.99 on the other DLC, it's going to be more than $22.49. So, in my opinion, if you're going to spend $22.49, which is a little bit less than $3 extra for the bundle, go ahead and get the bundle. You'll have the DLC, continue to have fun, more game to play. Can't beat it. My next game is an indie game that I loved and enjoyed, and to me it was better than Limbo, but they kind of have, something in common. It's Inside. Inside was initially $19.99. Now they have it down to $13.99. Inside, while it may not be a long game, the experience in itself is enough for the price. A lot of people don't care to pay too much for indie games unless they feel like it's on the level of AAA, or if it's got a long gameplay span, or if they have some replayability within the game. With Inside, yeah, you can play it back, but to me, it was just a once through. I enjoyed my experience. I enjoyed what I played. Like I said, I love this game. I love Limbo, and I wanted to get into, I think it was Nightmares. I wanted to get into that as well. But nonetheless, Inside was a awesome game for me, especially from an indie front. Now, to go into my next indie game is Iconoclasts. Let's say Iconoclasts. So this game was initially $19.99 and is down to $14.99. Now, I am still currently playing this game and have not finished it, but it has a lot of humor. It has story. The graphics are beautiful for with it being a 2D platformer. If I'm not mistaken, it has that Metrovania to where you collect certain things and can double back to reach new areas that you originally couldn't reach when you first went through a certain level or a certain spot in a level. But nonetheless, this game has been enjoyable. I love playing this game specifically for whatever reason with my Joy-Con grip. There are a lot of games that I prefer to use my Joy-Con grip or either my Nintendo GameCube wireless Powerade controller, which I mentioned in one of my videos before, that I just have to play them with this game. The Pro Controller, don't get me wrong, is fine, it is well, but at the same time, I have my feels, I have my gripes about certain controllers that go with certain games that I like playing. The next game, Wizard of Legend. Not only did it just get an update to where they added some new wizards, added some new moves and things of that nature, but like I said, it's on sale. Initially, it was $15.99 and it's down to $11.99. Now, when it comes down to Wizard Legend, this is a rogue type game to where, yes, you'll make progression, you'll move, you'll find different weapons, you'll find different powers and things of that nature. But if you do die, you will be taken back originally, like, most games when you think of Binding of Isaac, things of that nature. But nonetheless, this is by far a super fun game. It's also multiplayer, and you'll have a lot of fun going around doing combos, finding new enemies, especially ones that they just added with the update. So you can't go wrong with this game. I'm telling you, you'll have a blast. $11.19, not $11.99. Weird price, but nonetheless, you'll definitely enjoy the game. And my last game on this list will remind you of Outrun. The one game that caught my eye the moment that I saw that 90s racers kind of disappeared in the wind somewhere. I don't know where that game stands, where it is. I kind of just put it in the back burner along with Pocket Rumble before it released. So if it comes up, then it comes up. But as of right now, Horizon Chase Turbo is the game to pick up between the updates that they consistently give with new cars, new challenges, new modes, whether it's, the arcade mode, the championship mode, the playground mode, multiplayer. You will have a blast with this game. One of my biggest things that I enjoy about this game is it's not just your typical racer. It's not a typical type ordeal to where, you're just trying to place or have items or you're throwing at certain people to try to get on the Mario Kart tip or anything like that. This game is about racing in the certain cars that you pick that do have their different attributes, but at the same time, it has a fuel aspect to it and a fuel feature to where they have fuel cans placed on the tracks. And if you don't get these fuel cans in the middle of the race, you can run out of gas. And when you run out of gas, you're done. You've lost. So I do enjoy that aspect because it keeps you on your toes with the colorful different levels that they've introduced as well. I truly love this game. I initially picked this game up for my son, but I don't think he's really touched it. I think I've played it 10 times more over than he has. But whenever it comes down to just trying to have a racer outside of Mario Kart to where I'm not trying to be too competitive, but at the same time have something different to switch things up, I picked this one up. But yes, those are the games that I recommend that you pick up. Games that I've seen on the eShop that I own, that I've played time and time again, that are on sale at the moment, whether they're indie or they're considered your quote-unquote AAA games. But also what I wanted to mention at the end of this video is, I know a lot of people tend to have issue finding games on the eShop because they feel like it's been swamped with different games here and there. But one thing I will say that not only made it easier for me to get this content together, but at the same time, it is something that's easier to go through, it's fluid, and it gets you right to where you need to be. And that's Nintendo's website on the eShop side. Now, you have the eShop on the Switch, but you also have the eShop on Nintendo's website. It breaks it down to whether you're looking for Wii U games, you're looking for 3DS games, you're looking for Switch games, but at the same time, they have the best sellers, they have the genre pieces, they have the indie pieces, they have those that are $9.99 and below. They have anything, any type of category that you can think of that should be on the Switch, it's on Nintendo's website. Outside of Nintendo's website, you also have an app, a free app called Nintendo Switch List. I've been using it since its release. They have to where you can have it for free, or you can also go into the pro mode. You can add and select different games that you already own. You can give your own reviews. So it's kind of like a community-based app that I would recommend for anybody. They do like a random game of the day. They're always on point with games that are releasing, the release dates. They keep it up to date. They keep it flowing. They keep it going. I'm telling you, this is an awesome website, and they do a great job of recommending. They've constantly recommended the Messenger to me time and time again. So at some point, I have to pick this game up because I have a lot of faith in what algorithms and things of that nature that they've set up with that app. And that app is something that I feel like every Switch owner should have. So once again, Nintendo's website with the eShop, as well as Nintendo's Switch List app on Android and iOS. So once again, this has been Action Jack. Thank you for your time. Peace.